The Dunning-Kruger Effect. Why we think we're smarter than we are, 2024. Have you ever felt completely confident in your knowledge or skills, only to find out later that you were entirely wrong? This is a common experience for many of us and is a perfect example of the Dunning-Kruger Effect. In this video, we'll explore why we often overestimate our abilities and how this cognitive bias affects our daily lives. The Dunning-Kruger Effect is a psychological phenomenon where individuals with low ability at a task overestimate their ability. Named after psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger, this effect highlights the gap between perceived and actual competence. In 1999, Dunning and Kruger published a groundbreaking study demonstrating that people often have inflated self-assessments. To understand the Dunning-Kruger effect, imagine a novice chess player who believes they can compete with grandmasters after learning the basic moves. Their lack of experience prevents them from recognizing the complexity of the game and the depth of their ignorance. This overconfidence is a hallmark of the Dunning-Kruger effect. But why does this happen? The answer lies in our cognitive processes. When we are not skilled in a particular area, we lack the metacognitive ability to evaluate our own competence accurately. Essentially, we don't know what we don't know. This video will take you on a journey through the various facets of the Dunning-Kruger effect. We'll explore real-world examples, delve into the science behind it, discuss its consequences, and, most importantly, provide strategies to overcome it. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of why we overestimate our abilities and how to counteract this bias in your own life. Before we dive deeper, let's pause and think about a time when you might have been overconfident. Did you ever feel completely sure about your knowledge or skills, only to be proven wrong? Share your experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. Understanding the Dunning-Kruger effect is crucial for personal growth and effective decision-making. So, let's get started on this fascinating journey of self-awareness and discovery. Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries of the Dunning-Kruger effect and learn how to become more accurate in our self-assessments. Chapter 1. Real-world examples of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Now that we understand what the Dunning-Kruger effect is, let's look at some real-world examples to see how this cognitive bias plays out in everyday life. By examining these cases, we can better understand the widespread impact of overestimating our abilities. One of the most famous examples is the 2008 financial crisis. Many top executives at major financial institutions were confident in their risky investment strategies. Their overconfidence, fueled by the Dunning-Kruger effect, led to decisions that ultimately caused a global economic meltdown. These leaders believed they understood the complex financial instruments they were dealing with, but their lack of true understanding had catastrophic consequences. Another prominent example is found in the realm of politics. Consider the case of politicians who make bold claims about scientific issues, like climate change or healthcare, without having the necessary expertise. Their overconfidence can lead to policies that ignore expert advice and scientific evidence, resulting in ineffective or harmful outcomes. But the Dunning-Kruger effect isn't just about high-profile cases. It's something we encounter in our everyday lives. Think about the colleague who dominates meetings with strong opinions, despite having little knowledge about the topic at hand. Their confidence often overshadows the input of more knowledgeable team members, leading to poor decision-making. Or consider the friend who insists they can fix your car after watching a few YouTube videos. While their confidence might be reassuring, their lack of professional expertise can lead to costly mistakes. These everyday examples highlight how the Dunning-Kruger effect can affect various aspects of our lives, from professional environments to personal interactions. Recognizing this bias in ourselves and others is the first step toward mitigating its negative impact. As you reflect on these examples, think about times when you might have encountered the Dunning-Kruger effect. Have you ever overestimated your knowledge or skills in a particular area? Or have you seen others do the same? Share your stories in the comments below. Let's learn from each other's experiences. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the science behind the Dunning-Kruger effect. Understanding the psychological mechanisms at play will help us grasp why we fall into this cognitive trap and how we can avoid it. Chapter 2. The science behind the Dunning-Kruger effect. Now that we've explored some real-world examples of the Dunning-Kruger effect, let's dive into the science behind this fascinating phenomenon. Understanding the psychological mechanisms at play can help us comprehend why we tend to overestimate our abilities. At the core of the Dunning-Kruger effect are several cognitive biases that distort our self-assessment. One of the primary biases is illusory superiority. This occurs when people believe they are better than average, even when they lack the necessary skills or knowledge. This overconfidence stems from a lack of awareness about one's own incompetence. David Dunning and Justin Kruger conducted a series of experiments in the late 1990s to demonstrate this effect. In one study, participants were asked to rate their performance on a test. Those who scored in the bottom quartile grossly overestimated their performance, believing they were above average. Meanwhile, those who performed well were more accurate in their self-assessments. This double curse explains why individuals with low ability not only perform poorly but also lack the insight to recognize their shortcomings. Their ignorance prevents them from accurately assessing their competence, leading to overconfidence. Further research has shown that the Dunning-Kruger effect is prevalent across various domains, from academic performance to social skills. It highlights a critical flaw in our self-evaluation processes. We are often unaware of our own incompetence, which can lead to misguided decisions and actions. But why does this happen? Our brains are wired to simplify complex information, often leading to cognitive shortcuts or heuristics. While these shortcuts can be useful, they can also result in biases like the Dunning-Kruger effect. Additionally, our desire to maintain a positive self-image can lead us to overestimate our abilities and downplay our weaknesses. Understanding these psychological mechanisms is crucial for personal growth. By becoming aware of our biases, we can take steps to improve our self-awareness and make more informed decisions. As you reflect on this scientific explanation, consider how these biases might have influenced your own self-assessments. Recognizing the Dunning-Kruger effect in ourselves is the first step towards overcoming it. In the next chapter, we'll discuss the consequences of the Dunning-Kruger effect. From personal growth to societal impact, understanding these outcomes will help us appreciate the importance of accurate self-assessment. Chapter 3. The consequences of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Having explored the science behind the Dunning-Kruger effect, it's essential to understand the real-world consequences of this cognitive bias. The impact of overestimating our abilities can be profound, affecting both personal growth and broader societal outcomes. On a personal level, the Dunning-Kruger effect can hinder self-improvement. When we overestimate our skills, we're less likely to seek feedback or engage in learning opportunities. This stagnation prevents us from developing new competencies and refining existing ones. For instance, a novice guitar player who believes they're already a pro might not invest the time and effort needed to practice and improve. In professional settings, the Dunning-Kruger effect can lead to poor decision-making. Overconfident employees might take on tasks beyond their capabilities, resulting in subpar performance and potential failure. This not only affects their careers but can also impact team dynamics and organizational success. Imagine a manager who consistently makes decisions without consulting experts, leading to project delays and financial losses. The consequences extend beyond individuals to societal levels. In healthcare, for example, overconfidence in self-diagnosis can lead to dangerous outcomes. People might ignore medical advice, relying instead on their own misguided beliefs about their health. This can delay proper treatment and exacerbate medical conditions. Furthermore, the Dunning-Kruger effect can influence public policy. Politicians and leaders who overestimate their understanding of complex issues may implement ineffective or harmful policies. This can have far-reaching effects, from economic instability to environmental degradation. In education, the Dunning-Kruger effect can impact students' learning experiences. Overconfident students may not seek help or engage fully in their studies, resulting in lower academic achievement. Educators also need to be aware of this bias to provide appropriate support and guidance. Recognizing the Dunning-Kruger effect is crucial for mitigating its negative consequences. By fostering a culture of humility and continuous learning, we can encourage more accurate self-assessment and better decision-making. Encouraging feedback, promoting critical thinking, and valuing expertise are essential steps toward addressing this cognitive bias. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever faced negative consequences due to overconfidence? How did it impact your personal or professional life? Share your stories in the comments below. Your insights can help others recognize and address the Dunning-Kruger effect. In the final chapter, we'll explore practical strategies to overcome the Dunning-Kruger effect. By implementing these techniques, you can enhance your self-awareness and make more informed decisions, leading to personal and professional growth. Chapter 4. Strategies to overcome the Dunning-Kruger effect. Now that we've explored the consequences of the Dunning-Kruger effect, let's turn our attention to practical strategies for overcoming this cognitive bias. By enhancing self-awareness and promoting continuous learning, we can improve our ability to accurately assess our skills and knowledge. One of the most effective ways to combat the Dunning-Kruger effect is through continuous learning. Embrace a growth mindset and seek opportunities to expand your knowledge and skills. This might involve taking courses, attending workshops, or simply reading books and articles on relevant topics. Remember, the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. Another critical strategy is to seek feedback from others. Constructive criticism can help identify areas where you might be overestimating your abilities. Encourage honest feedback from colleagues, mentors, and peers, and be open to their suggestions. Regular performance reviews and 360-degree feedback can provide valuable insights into your strengths and weaknesses. Self-reflection is also essential. Take time to regularly evaluate your performance and recognize areas for improvement. Ask yourself questions like, what could I have done better? And what did I learn from this experience? Keeping a journal can be a helpful tool for tracking your progress and identifying patterns in your behavior. Additionally, practice humility. Acknowledge that you don't have all the answers and be willing to admit when you're wrong. This attitude not only fosters personal growth but also builds trust and respect with others. Remember, true expertise involves understanding the limits of your knowledge. Engaging with diverse perspectives is another powerful way to overcome the Dunning-Kruger effect. Surround yourself with people who have different skills and experiences. This can broaden your understanding and challenge your assumptions. Participate in discussions and debates, and be willing to listen and learn from others. Finally, leverage technology and tools that promote self-assessment. Online assessments, skill tests, and educational platforms can provide objective measures of your abilities. Use these resources to identify gaps in your knowledge and create a personalized learning plan. By implementing these strategies, you can mitigate the impact of the Dunning-Kruger effect and make more informed decisions. Continuous learning, seeking feedback, self-reflection, Practicing humility, engaging with diverse perspectives, and using technology are all key steps towards accurate self-assessment and personal growth. As we conclude this video, consider how you can apply these strategies in your own life. What steps will you take to enhance your self-awareness and overcome the Dunning-Kruger effect? Share your thoughts and plans in the comments below. Your journey can inspire others to take action. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Remember, recognizing and addressing this bias is a lifelong journey that leads to continuous growth and improvement. I hope this video has given you valuable insights into the Dunning-Kruger effect and how to overcome it. Remember, recognizing and addressing our biases is a crucial step towards personal growth and better decision-making. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more intriguing content on self-improvement and psychology. Stay curious, and have a great day.